When you say your kids were weird, I would like you to talk more about that. What did you see in the kids at the traditional school? And why are you concerned about that? What you saw in the traditional school that pushed you into this environment now? Maybe saying it differently, what would you tell parents to look out for if their kids are in that normal category that all of us on this call are worried about?
Yeah, I think what you don't see is kids in their natural environment. And so, well, when you go to a conventional school, that's not a natural learning environment. And so I don't think we very often get to see what humans are actually capable of. Because, it's how do they survive this experience that we call school? And so I think the mindset, the amount of, I'd love to put all therapists out of business, because I feel like, we build so much baggage up through this schooling experience, and it doesn't need to be that way.
Yeah.
Like all those coping skills, all those self-regulation skills, we actively work with those. We do mindfulness every morning. We learn how to deal with our emotions. We do them in age-appropriate and funny ways. For the younger kids, sometimes we talk about like your emotions are like farts.
That must be very emotional.
Different. Yeah. And so, the things to look out for. Oh man, it's such a hard thing, because if it seems like your kid is doing fine in conventional school, they're doing fine in conventional school.
They're not.
What is
they're
that?
not doing fine.
What does that even mean, right? Like there is no comparison thing. And so, but as consumers of education, for our children, which we aren't really either, because most of us end up having to send our kid to whatever school is nearest to our house. And that's the end of choice. So we don't even get a choice. And then the school tells us whether or not our kid is okay in their system, rather than us evaluating that system and seeing whether it's appropriate or not. So I think there's just so many problems.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody, I'll take that back. It's just so hard for me to get the idea of thriving into conventional school for anybody. I think your straight A valedictorian types. I was talking to one the other day. She's sending her kid to Greenfields. She's like, I nailed it. I nailed everything that traditional school was supposed to do. I ended up becoming a doctor, and, I aced all that. And she's like, but I'm miserable. Like, I don't know what living is. I don't know I never was asked, what do I want to do? Or what do I want to learn? I just chased that A. I chased that gold star, and they were all laid out for me. And I think that's a big problem that kids have coming out of college right now, is like, okay, what's next? And it's like, there is no next.